Hi everyone, my name is Itsel Zamora. Um, so I guess I'll just go ahead and start um, answering the first couple questions. So the people that I chose that I have best interpersonal relationships with aren't people that I am related to. I just thought I would do people that are outside of my home. The first person that I came up with was my coworker. His name is Jacob. So I would say that he's probably one of the easiest persons that I have um, interpersonal relationship with, just because we have lots of common interests. For example, we're both studying the same thing, we work for the same people, we have the same beliefs, and so we kind of um, get to talk about that and how we're learning so much working for a therapist office in which brings more opportunities for our future. The other person that I chose was actually my office manager um, for a few months, and she's also in my ward. And she's actually a really good friend of mine, but it's actually a little hard to have a relationship with her just because she's 10 years older than me. And although it's no big difference, well, it is a big difference, but it doesn't seem like it's a big difference. It does impact me a lot, and it was a little hard to have a relationship with her just because at work she was very strict and intimidating, and when we were at church or on a double date, she was really fun and outgoing. So I thought that was kind of funny to compare those two and kind of see those kinds of relationships outside of work and inside of work, because we obviously shared lots of um, common thoughts, which is why we hang out a lot and have so much fun together. But at the same time, at work, she was very professional and, no, like I said, a little intimidating, which is kind of funny. So the opportunities I've had to give public speeches, I would probably say the first one is church. Growing up in the LDS community, you grow up and you're always taught to get up and say prayer in primary, or um, during the primary programs, young children have to have a line and they have to get up and say it in front of sacrament meeting. Same thing in mutual, young women, young men. We always have Night of Excellence programs where we're asked to speak, or we're asked to speak once a month in sacrament meeting. And so that's always kind of helped me with public speaking, um, especially when they would ask stake-wise, just because growing up in a Spanish ward and going to an English stake, there was always a difference in that, and so it was very interesting for me to learn, and it was a good adjustment that I made. Um, Another place, obviously, is school. I think that growing up in the LDS community helped me understand the importance of knowing how to speak in public places, just because going to a very diverse school, I was always often in the middle of discussions where sometimes I felt it was necessary for me to voice my opinion or voice a belief that I had. And so having that experience at church really helped me get out of my comfort zone in school, and definitely once I got to college, it was a great plus. Let's see, another one of the questions. Something that you guys may have in common with me, I think that relating it to um, public speaking, I would say that I am the type of person who gets nervous if they're asked to say a prayer or if they're asked to speak or sing anything like that. I love to do it, but I still get really, really nervous beforehand. My husband, on the other hand, does not get nervous at all, and he's always ready to go. But I'm not. I'm pretty outspoken and pretty outgoing, but I still get pretty nervous, and I think a lot of people do as well. Um, Another thing you guys might have in common with me is that I enjoy playing sports. I am going into marriage and family studies. I want to become a therapist one day and help people and use my beliefs and my education to bring people closer together, bring families closer together. And so I know this is one of the requirement classes for marriage and family study majors. So I think that might be something we have in common. I am excited to get to know everyone, and I hope you enjoyed this video.